Welcome to Joan's Junk Journals and More. Today I am doing altered playing cards as per a viewer's request. Won't you grab a deck of cards and join me? Some people will sand their cards down first, others don't. I prefer to sand them down and I'm using a P80. I find just to make sure that the glue does stick when you want to glue something on. I will not sand this down because I will be using some of my sticky craft paper on the back. So just lightly sand your card. Then I'm going to wipe it down with a magical baby wipe. And wipe all that dust off from my work area, because even just one little card makes a terrible mess. I am absolutely loving these little craft papers here. Sticky craft paper gives a nice light brown background for writing on. Now I'll be able to add 9 cards. Oops, wrong way, wrong way. Oops, oops. Okay. Fail. I want the back to it. So I guess I only have 8 cards. Lesson learned. Please watch out how you put your cards onto this sticky paper, because it really sticks. There's no forgiveness. Now I am saving this for a project later on. Waste nothing. Okay. We only want the top layer of this tissue, napkin. Taking some Mod Podge. This one is matte. Use glossy if you wish. Or a PVA glue. And it's all right to go on to the sticky part of the paper, because we will just be cutting that off later. And I'm just brushing lightly with the tip of my finger here. I'm very careful so I will not tear the tissue. And I'll take my big honkin' scissors here. And I'm going to cut right between the cards. Now I will set this aside to dry. Well, I put some Mod Podge on here. And I will lay the tissue on. And I actually like the wrinkled look, so I'm going to add some wrinkles into this sewing paper as I crunch it down. You can lay it flat if you wish. Now we will let that dry also. And when both of these are nice and dry, I will be back. Okay, now that these are dry, I am going to cut a couple apart here. I will save these 3 for part 2. And I will just cut one of these off for today. And save those for later. I love these little scissors from Dollarama. If your Dollarama has these, by all means, get them. Okay, I am going to cut around the edge of each card here. Just cutting the straight edges, and I will use my corner rounder later on. These ones today are just simple altered cards, and the next video I will take the rest of the cards that I started to prepare and I'll make them a little more intricate. Now, you know me, I do love painting around the edges, so I'll be right back with my ink cover. I do love the ink look. Some people do not like the ink grungy look. Then I'm going to put a little bit of script on one of these cards. I'm going to let that dry for a couple minutes. Actually, I'll put a little bit on the bird one here too. And then I will call the bird done. This one will be really, really simple. Okay, taking out one of my favorite books lately. It's an old Robin Hood one. Nice yellowed pages here. And a little bit from this old hymn book. I got this one free at the SWAT tent a while ago. I'm going to ink around these little pieces of paper like I normally do. Sorry, sometimes I get so engrossed in what I'm doing I forget to speak. Mind you, then again, I really don't think you want to hear about my home life, do you? Then I'm going to take a couple of little pages out of here. There's some vellum pages and some other picture pages. I have been hoarding this for like way too long. Want a little bit of color in these cards here. I'm going to take out my glue. You can glue on any kind of papers or pictures, pages that you desire on top of these cards. I try to keep to an uneven amount of pieces. Final step is Mod Podge. I like to finish cards like this with a light brush of the Mod Podge to help seal everything. Once that these cards are completely dry, I find that they lay nice and flat. Please stay tuned to part 2 of my altered playing cards later on this week. Thank you for watching. I love and appreciate you all and hope to see you again soon.